Hello and welcome. I was going to go on one of the other maps. I thought, hang on a minute, isn't it about Ebony Island's turn? And I thought, it is indeed. It is exactly as I said. There is a lot of spraying to be done. I'm just going to check. I'm sure this is narrow. In fact, I could just creep onto the edge of the field. Yeah, I remember yeah, it's a beautiful bit of kit. It is. But we've got a Heston, so I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, two harvesters now. Yeah, and the same ones. Just need another second header. Really? Yeah. One slightly more powerful than the other. One and the one that's more slightly more powerful. Mind you, yeah, that we bought that originally new. Obviously, we've had it for a few years off the other farm too. It's only 2 years old, and this one is almost 2 years old, but it's a bit more bad than the other one. So yeah, I'm quite chuffed though. That one's a bit more powerful. Not that we've done it much more powerful. There's no real need for us to do so. So right, so it's April. Yeah, it's a shame. It's ever so weird. I'm on Cavalier Normandy as well, and JM Gaming's done something very similar to Cavalier Roy, where you check the value of the outputs, and the value of the outputs. Now then, yeah, let's just. It's first growth stage anyway. I think we would be all right, even if. Yeah. His inputs too are there's one called pectin that you need to make into other things, and that's worth a fortune, and also is very difficult to make. That needs lots of inputs, and yeah, when you work out the cost of the inputs, let's put some grass in this. It's annoying. I'm sure I am right, but we will check anyway. I'm sure I am. I'm sure we checked this like last time. I'm just checking. I just don't want to. Yeah, it's narrow-sized. I thought it was. I did think so. Right, let's just move that off a little. And quickly, whilst we're here, before we get involved in spraying, we will put some grass down, finally. Yeah. Let's have a look. It might not let us do so. Yeah, we can afford sort of, but we have spent a lot of cash as well. A bit very similar to JM Gaming, so I spent $250,000 on these special greenhouses, the thing to do it, and a bit like this, I was all geared up. I was gonna yeah, let's do this, let's do it in a massive way, and then when I worked it out, I thought, oh, actually, oh yeah, that's because it's too close to the. Sort of cheat a little bit, I think, by doing that trick where you make it bigger, because it sort of doesn't think you're close, even though it's going to cost me a fortune. Just think you can see it out the corner of your eye all the time. I think everyone is fully aware that I detest the price of this, but he says as he almost does it perfectly. Normally do it in smaller pieces and put sparsely a bit there. Yeah, it doesn't look too. I do like the way that the Cavalier Roy, you use the same grass. It may seem a little thing to people, but to me it's massive. Yeah, the amount of times you go on a map and you get like deco foliage, as JM Gaming called it. Yeah, did I finish what I was saying? Because I'm trying to get better at this, where I don't dart from one conversation to the other. Did we finish doing the? Yeah, we did. Those are separate fields. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame, really. That's yeah, we're going to need to get some. I would imagine in our nice production shed we have got plenty of herbicide, unless I've been slipping, of course, which is possible. It does happen. Let's be honest, I did forget a huge canola field last year. Yeah. Which was rather annoying. Yeah, it really did. Oh, you know that moment where you look and you think, oh, I remember now. I remember. Well, hang on a minute, I don't think there is any on this. No, there is on that one. Let's have a look on the right one. Yes, so growing. No, it's that one. Yeah, just that one there. The very one we were on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, they've got to It's never going to get through there. But you can sort of do the sneaky trick where you're going to half fold them and then half fold them back. Yeah. Am I going to... No, it's going to take 2 minutes to flip over this with this 27-meter beast. It is. I can't remember if we got See and Spray on this. No, it's It's fully normal. So we may as well leave it on. It's not like we've probably got about 70 tons of 70,000 litres. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at sort of saying, because it's not really tons technically, is it? But it's sort of a thousand. It would be a metric ton, I suppose. So they're sort of interchangeable, but not necessarily, because it's not always weight. So if we could stick to 1,000 litres, I'm trying to retrain myself to. So I do like to be accurate. I'll give you a laugh. Yeah, it's amazing. Now I know most of you are aware that I like to be sort of realistic. Yeah, I do aim for it, like straight ploughing, no going rounds, corners. I'm trying to get better with seeders and planters, because I would imagine you'd do the same with a plough as you would with a plough, where you'd probably tear the tines off if you did go around corners. And I've always never really thought anything of it, and I just do it. And I was on Palanier Start From Scratch. I've not released it yet. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm in a completely different place to where I am on the new farmer, because I was going to begin with, I was going to aim for getting the farmyard. I thought, hang on, you've already done that. Everyone's already seen it. Why don't you do something completely different and go somewhere else? And that's exactly what I've done. Yeah, I do sort of say at the beginning that I am going to go to the farmyard, but then not long in, I sort of say what I've just said there, which I completely concur with. It would, yeah, you don't want to do the same old twice. It's a beautiful map. It really is gorgeous, and we're going by where the bridge is. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, because it's quite a unique farmyard that we're about to get. Yeah, I mean, it's a hard economy as well, so I've done it. I wanted it to be everything that the other Palanier isn't, because that's normal economy, new farmer start. This is start from scratch, and I thought, let's give this a real challenge. Let's make this like hard economy, because oh boy, is it horrible. Yeah, it is a real tough. It is tough, although it is. I did say this too. If you look at how well we sort of did almost straight away, it's because you sort of got obviously really good mods. You had this in FS19 towards the last sort of last 6 months. You'd got almost anything that was. I mean, obviously productions. Well, you did have productions, right? Yeah, I'm going to hit that. Oh, I went above it actually. That's not too bad. It's a bit I've misjudged. All right, let's go. Yeah, literally like FS19 to FS22, those last sort of few months, you got so many mods drop. It was almost everything was perfect. And then I remember the FS22, I came in obviously base game only right at the beginning, and it was such a system shock, because the day before you've been playing on FS19 where you'd got your heart's desire, and there was some reasonable, and I used to play second-hand equipment mod nearly all the time, because again, start from scratch is I've always cut my teeth, because I do love the new farmer now. I have come to love it. It's not my, but it is a lot of people like to see new farmer. They like to see the farm. Marty's a massive fan of that, and thanks to his sort of like, like saying things, I have over the sort of time embraced new farms, and I actually do enjoy it. I used to be a bit of a struggle to begin with, but I've got to be honest. What I really like would be to do a start from scratch that ended up being a new farmer, where we sort of went with the equipment that we'd gained, and it is now, or it is in FS22. A lot of map makers support this, where they don't destroy the farmyard. Now, I've always thought that that was the way to go. You did see a little in FS19. I thought of the map's name, and I've forgotten it again now, typically. Yeah, I saw it on that particular map. It was Oxygen Davids that Stevie took over, and I always keep forgetting the name of it. And it's a brilliant map as well. But it was the first FS19 one where I'd done a start from scratch, and my aim was to buy the farmyard. And again in FS19 they did not destroy the farmyard. If you're a start from scratcher, it's sort of the best of both worlds, because you're starting from nothing, and you're building up to, in my personal opinion, you can then buy the farmyard, but you did it off your own device. You didn't just, I won't say get it handed on the plate, because new farmer stock has got it's not easy, not by any stretch of the imagination. You've got to, yeah, you've still got to work hard and all the rest of it. Let's just not put it too close, but are we going to get walloped? Yeah, that's true. And we did say, didn't we? We're going to move the equipment off here bit by bit, piece by piece, until it's all in the new shed. And I do like that. So, yeah, I'm glad we've used the Rawley Christie one. I've not used it for quite a few Let's Plays, and it is a favourite of mine. And it is true, the one by Gwendol is my second favourite shed. It's not long been out, but it's a bit too big for this. It's really is a beautiful shed, monstrous. About the same length as this, but probably twice as wide. It's got a back and a front as well, so you can go out the back and the front. Not that you have to, you can keep the doors shut forever if you really want. But this also is beautiful and also got a much smaller footprint, although the Gwendol's is cheaper, strangely enough. Like I said, this wasn't. I didn't choose this because it's cheaper than the Gwendol one. But I chose it because I haven't had it for a while, and I love the detail on it. As all of Rawley Christie mods, he says with a wry smile, all of Rawley Christie mods except for, I should just show you, yeah, the one thing, and I swear, because I've tested this such a lot, that is not so good. I do keep it in. I would never remove it, but I do nearly always, even if it's in the sales, usually refuse. I'll just show you. It's not too far away from here. This. It's got three wheels, and so you think, oh, that's amazing. It is so hard to pull. And I did show this on one of the Polish maps because I did gain it, and it was a nightmare. So I actually thought, well, let's test this then. So I went and got the 672 horsepower Fendt that pulled it around like it's nothing. So when you've got a big tractor on it's fantastic. You put a little 150 horsepower tractor on it, and it will not let you rag it around. Whereas the normal IT runner set, now that wheel, so and it's only got two wheels, so it was a bit of a weird one. It's the only bit of Rawley Christie kit that I scratch my head every single time and think I am not having that. But his backs, now they are amazing. Is this third growth stage? I'm sure we said it wasn't. Or did we go through till the next morning? Am I confusing myself? I still think it's second growth stage. Sure, we said, but we said we needed to cut it, didn't we? Yeah, we did. I remember now. It is coming back to me. Yeah, because this is like needs ploughing. So, we're going to miss the cuts. So I'd sooner cut this now. And would that make any difference? If we're going to cut it at the stage it would be anyway. It goes bold anyway. So why not leave it till third growth? So, oh, because we were going to plant something in it straight away. Remind myself, what have we planted? Canola, we saw that. We need to go to the top and across. Yeah, so we've got canola, sugar beet, and that's no longer planted. Potatoes. We were going to do this one, weren't we? That's right, we've got to rip the wheat field. And what were we doing? I hate this. I should have looked on the thing because it's weird. Obviously, I don't ever write any of this down. So I have to then start to look back at the mods. Sort of should have a thing. Now, yeah, we changed the route. I know I was sort of touching on this. Again, the pasteurized milk is fantastic, but obviously we need it. We just don't need to pump any more in. Butter, likewise, we've got a shed load of butter. So the dough is worth a fortune and the yeast is worth a fortune, and yet almost all of these aren't. I'm going to do a bit of a review on this to sort of prove that I'm not trying to sort of pick on anything, but as a rule of thumb, if you look at this, if I was to sell two breads, and if I was to sell two butters, and if I was to sell two cheeses, two of those and two of those, you forget about the 8 for 1 minute. Everything in Farmer Simulator is 1,000 litres, everything. So if you looked at what 1,000 litres of bread is, or two in this case, each one of these, the intrinsic value of all of those, you've got to add them together. Now, I always go, and I think this is a business thing, I would sell those always, the individual components, at the best value. Now, things like tomatoes and lettuces, they're pretty much standard. Butter and cheese, a little bit of fluctuation, but nothing terrible. Bread's worth more in January. So I'd go on the top prices of these. What would this cost me, like for all of these? and versus that 8 sandwiches. Now we're not taking a lot of loss. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're losing a quarter. So that's not too bad. So we've got to work out that sort of it's like basically almost 2 of everything. So you could sort of do that as your rule of thumb. If you looked at, if you was looking at the right one, yeah, if you're looking at your bread, which is not too far down, and look at the best possible. Now, I think this is the high on this map because I'm sure that normally they're about 2,000. Oh, wow, these are high on this one. Yeah, so really 3.2 is very, very high. If you then look at the sandwiches themselves, I mean, I'm hoping this doesn't sort of show me. Ooh, yeah, actually, I am right. The bread is worth far more than the sandwich. I never thought of that, did I? I really didn't. I was not going on how much. So if you then work that out, now bearing in mind we're getting 4 sets of that, you've got to bear that in mind because it's not just 2 bread. You've got to sort of average all of this lot to get to that, but you're also taking a bit of loss. So I'm trying to give the full picture, but I still think actually the sandwiches are probably not worth, but we can sort of do this on the fly. If two tons, if you think of every single thing as 1,000 litres or 8,000 litres as 2,000 litres, we've just seen that 1,000 litres of that sells for top price about 3. So that would be 6,000 just for that alone. So 8 times, which would be 8,000, would be 8 times 1,003, was it? 1.6. Yeah, we're again going on best possible price. 8 times 1.6 is 8, and 6 8 is 48. So that is not bad when you consider that this and this are not terribly good. So this one's not awful, but if you look at something, yeah, I'm trying to sort of be balanced about this really. Now the donuts, however, the pasteurized milk's worth a fortune. That's worth a lot of cash versus the donuts. Now there are 6 of them, but you are losing. There's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. You're losing well over 50% of your inputs to gain this. So then you've got to ask yourself the question, hang on a minute, how much would I get for 4 flowers? How much would I get for 2 pasteurized milk? Now, we've already seen the pasteurized milk actually is worth a fortune. And then you look at your donuts, and they're 833, 6 8, 48. So they're worth 4.8. But your inputs, when you start to work out your expensive and the loss that you were taking to get to that, because you've got to bear in mind to get that 6, you've got to do 4 2 2 2. I mean, that's expensive. That's expensive. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. That's expensive. Chocolate is very expensive. We sell that and make a fortune off of it. So you add that and you're losing well over 50% to get that. Actually, that then becomes a lemon. It's just not worth doing. So you sort of that one is still, I am right. There was all things considered, because they're both quite a cheap ingredient. It sort of offsets this, and I would imagine if we did the sums, you could show it's going to be profitable, but not. And this also is likewise. This you lose in half. It's half to get that for. And again, it was about the same as that. The dough, however, we've seen all of these are sort of fairly expensive, but the yeast we have to do from the sugar, I believe. So if you look at your dough, now your dough is absolutely fantastic, worth an absolute fortune. I think it's lower down actually. I'm not going to focus on this a lot, but I'm just sort of trying to sort of show you 788. Is that? No, that's current. Yeah, 788, 800 per dough. 4,800. That's it. I'm going to say, why is that so good? Why am I saying that's so good? Is because it actually grows. It does as 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. You need that for that. So actually, no, it doesn't grow. It shrinks very slightly. but is very easy to make. Yeah, and we've got a shed load of pasteurised milk. I'm not sure that that's quite as lucrative as I thought it was, though, but it isn't bad. It is a real, and the cycles on it is tremendous. So, yeah, maybe I need to reconsider that one. Actually, look at see exactly because you have got to sort of cross-reference. Again, flour's not terribly fantastic. The yeast might be the yeast is actually good as well. I'm sure when we looked at yeast, yeast was a cracker. No, it's the same as dough. But when you consider that for 1,000 litres of that, yeah, we get that as a byproduct, basically from the sugar on this map. So that actually for 1,000 litres is not bad. The dough likewise about the same. Has this been adjusted or because I'm sure when we looked the other day it was different to this. Just check all the prices. No, they are terrible. Soybean oil will be good. Pizza was not brilliant. Cookies were not brilliant. And burrito, no, they're not. No, that's what I'm saying. These are the ones that really it stood out to me straight away when I looked at what we need to put in. Some of the inputs are worth this, and with like you're losing and all the rest of it. So right, I'm not going to go on, but yeah, it is true. The soy milk was reasonable, I think. Yeah, it was. That was actually quite good. The waffles, all right, and the yogurt likewise, all right. But I don't think that took that much to do. But yeah, we've chosen them well. But anyway, let's get on with a bit of farming. I am going to do a thing about it though, really, to sort of show that 1,000 litres of this, so that you can break down exactly how much you are getting from any particular factory, especially those that I've slated from giants for a long time that have said these are awful. I want to show because I did do the sums on a couple of let's plays, right? So that is true. Are we going to wait till tomorrow? It's not going to make this any difference at all. Thinking about it. No, it's yeah, we're putting stuff down. That's what we were discussing. Let's have a look at this. So, what do we need? Obviously, we've sorted. I'm sure we said corn. I can't remember why. What? Apologies for that. My wife just called me. Let's have a look at this because obviously we sort of changed this. The cheese and that we're already sorting. These we said we'd need to do. No, we already do them in the greenhouse, don't we? I think we said about ramping that up. The bread. Just check, just to sort of recatch up, because I've got to be honest, jumping from Let's Play to Let's Play, it sort of like throws you out. We've got the honey, which, oh wow, God a minute, how did they run out so quickly? Oh, materials missing, yeah, we know materials are missing, it's the bees. Okay, that's a bit different. We could normally buy them. It normally means something's wrong. You can buy them from the shop. You could have bought them automatically. That's almost like it's saying that you can't buy them. So, do you know something? I think what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my normal one where you don't have this problem, the bees sort of doing that and the bees come with it. I know it's a sort of realistic, but not when they run out. That was working fine last session. I've been sort of buying them almost every month. We only went 1 month in between. So the fact you've lost all your bees sort of to me suggests something's wrong. So it's the first time I've actually had this. I've got another one on the Let's Play. I remember the one that I had normally. So yeah, it could be that it's the productions around it. It's not saying out of space. But I think what we're going to do, and also it's a production. Now productions are funny with each other. So really, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Red Barn one, which I love this one. It's amazing. It's quite large. But really, bees don't particularly care. No, yeah, let's learn my lesson. Yeah, because I put this down on Bouillet Normandy, and I sort of made a bit of a mistake. We've got the farmyard here, and it's sort of central. You've got to think. Obviously, there's certain crops that are really quite good for this type. Actually, no, there's no. I don't know because we're sort of trying to move out from that little island, aren't we? But this is fairly central too, really. If we sort of put it on the back of this, straight behind it, oh, actually even better. What about on the edge there? I don't know that it's central then. I think this is fairly central because we've got fields there, there, there. Although I suppose a real dead centre would be about here. We could chop a tree or two down. We could. We are very close to the tree devourer, so let's quickly do this. I believe that, yeah, the blue tractor's just over there. A little bit too far to run. Yeah, I'm trying with all of the Let's Plays. I was talking to Marty earlier about this. He was on about what are your plans, and I was just sort of in the comments sort of saying that I've got this to sort of finish, and I don't want to rush any of them. I'm trying to get into good habits and not rush, because my natural tendency is to rush, and I really don't want that to. No, it shouldn't need unfolding. It should literally just go. Yeah. So really, I would say. Oh man, are we gonna? Yeah, because this is gonna fill up quick. Mind you, there's 50 tons of space. I would say. You know, this one's a bit big. Yeah, I mean, this is for a purpose. I don't mind doing this. I always say this. I know to begin with, we sort of replaced the re-sowed, but this is for an actual purpose. You know, we're actually sort of taking these out for the farm, the benefit of the farm. What if I clicked on tag? I'm a terror for that. Just a bit, yeah. Oh, I got the stump. See it. Fantastic. So, yeah, we're not doing too bad. Might support and something? No, not really. Might be touching the spot, I think. Right, smashing. Excellent. Yeah, we've got a good team here, we really have. But it was fielding them all that made me realise that although I keep saying, oh, we've got plenty of tractors, well, when you... Yeah, Hobo's Hollow, I had a real massive team, must have had about 12, 13 tractors, and it's surprising, you pretty much needed all of the team when you were doing... Some of them weren't all big either. There was some 150 horsepower tractors. Yeah, that were also a very, very valiant part of the team that did specific jobs, or not specific jobs, but obviously were low horsepower. So, right, so no, we don't need. No, we just need to. I might need to move the Spartan. Yeah, I will. Let's just grab the. I'm trying to think. Am I darting around like I normally do with conversations? Probably. Yeah, I'm trying to backtrack to what we were talking about. Yes, so it's this that does it. It's when I suddenly like go from one subject to another. Yeah, so I was having a conversation with Marty about what I was going to do, and obviously finishing Ebony Island, Plennier. I've got to start from scratch on Plennier as well. Again, that's casual. It's not, you know, doesn't have to be any particular ones. I'm up to 7 sessions on it. I've got Calmston. I really am looking forward to really enjoying that. I wanted to do Calmston toward the end when you've got as many mods as necessary as you've got, and again a bit like with FS19 toward the end. For a long time I've been wanting to go back, but I thought it's time. It is time. It's your favourite map. Do it. And also, you know, because it's just nice to sort of show all of the mods that you've had. Everybody did a Let's Play right at the beginning, but that was back in the beginning. Dude, this has got to be my favourite BI. Okay, why? Well, I've got V mode on there. Oh, that's right. Have I switched zone markers up? No. So why is that not showing zone markers? I think they're at the end, that's why. No. Yeah, that is weird. It should have zone markers. Wow. I'm sure it said zone markers the other day. Please don't tell me bees have gone wrong on the actual... Let's just try another one. No, that's actually the pallet spawn location. Ah, that's why it's not got any... It's because it naturally hasn't got a spawn point. Ah, that's right, I added it. Yeah, so it's sort of quite useful because you can stick it wherever you like, but it's a 132 versus most of them, which are 30 odd. Oh, that's the one we've got, isn't it, by Switty? Here we go. That's the same. That's 33. That is almost 4.5 times the amount for 6,000 more. So I got feedback on it. Yeah, it has, but it is as flat as a pancake, so I'm quite happy with that. Leave a bit of room for if we were going to go in the back door. Smashing, and we want the... I think I would like to use this one. Mr. Horny Pallet Place. I'm trying to think where we need it. Doesn't no ever says there's a limit. It's sort of really again the fact that location where honey generator BB house is placed as pallets. So if we stick this sort of here, yeah, but so we could physically get them if we wanted. Now the reason I'm actually putting this down is because you can stick the silo storage and distribution by Nikki actually on this. And if you sort of do it right, this time I didn't have these showing last time. I don't know if you're supposed to have that. I think the honey pot just stays whether you've got that or not. I think you've got to have the chevrons over the other one, and it should auto distribute. So if we now show, yeah, let's no, I can't do this, can I? Let me actually go to the farm, physically go to the farm. Because you can't really show this without seeing being there, really. Yeah, if you look at this right now, we can see that obviously that went over that, and it's got the honey thing. But if you press that and they disappear, then that is still there, but obviously you can still manage the production. And yeah, so we want honey we want that to be active. We want the honey to be distributing, but we also need to, no we don't, it's not a production. We don't need to do anything to the, I think we might have to physically move them, but it spawns here, and I'm not sure if you have to move it physically, but I think it's only if it's already there. I think that was the mistake I made on Villiers Normandy. Because that overlaps over that, obviously anything appearing now will be shifted by the production because it's on top of that as well, and it will shift it to wherever it needs to go. So it's really is quite super. Right, so we have switched them off. Let's get the food stocks. I would imagine that we're waiting to do this today. Well, if we are, I don't think we need to worry about it. Milk. Have we got the milk in? Water. Ah, that's right. I think we did have the milk in. And we would, yeah, I'd filled it with water and it caught me out, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I've got 43 tons of milk. Still, we have got more than this, and we could stick, I think this could go to Nikki. We could stick it. No, well, we can't because the distribute's full. I have a slowdown. Well, you're a bad slowdown, actually. That sort of proves my... Well, it does if it goes out. It does. I was talking about this actually with the water mod here, the storage thing that we've got. And I said, I don't think it really puts anything in the storage. And that sort of proves it, because it sort of shows you. It sort of works. Yeah, it sort of does sort of show that it is, but when you see that, it says it's full. Well, how come I'm putting water in it still then? It's sort of like a trick. I did sort of show this on my favourite silo. Can you actually field direct from there? I don't think you can. Now, you've got to be careful, because if you sell this thing, it'll make you absolutely a billionaire. I don't think you can. But that does prove my point that what I was saying is actually true. Yeah, we did fetch that back from the lorry. Yeah, from the shop lorry. Right, so then, as I said, yeah, I am not rushing. If we're going to do what we've got to do, whatever that is, and I'm not rushing. If this session it does what it does, so with the food's all right. We've entered it. That's all we needed to do. It's me chatting. I can't do two things at once. I'm a terror. We've got a second one anyway. Why was I worried? Because I'd forgotten we've got a second one. Because it's out of sight, out of mind, and I'm doing that many let's plays that you sometimes forget. It is true. I would imagine that one's the dirty one. So we don't really want to be. Yeah, that does prove my point though, because we shouldn't be able to put any water in that. If that was doing what it says it does, it sort of does it on paper. It's playing around with storage. As I sort of proved, you can stick a storage next to a storage and it isn't really in the storage, but some storages do become one. Now the little silo, the tiny silo by Nikki, that doesn't completely do what the Omatana one does. Now that's a bit special. The Omatana one does. Now the early ones don't do the same as the Omatana early one. The trailer pack silo is a bit special. The way Omatana made it, it does. Yes, that is where we want to be in it. Oh, hang on a minute. Are we doing the water? Yeah, we still need to put the milk in it, though, don't we? That's what I was sort of on another let's play. I don't think I fully understood with the distributor for this. Then you sort of pull away and you go into that one and then it distributes, so it's sort of is good. The Omatana's not quite as good obviously as the Nikki one, because you can put the Nikki over it and you can sort of basically shift it from one to the other, which is obviously fantastic. But again, I said this not long back, if we go too much then really you've got nothing to do. You know, that's what I'm trying to say, the streamlining to a degree, but I don't want my farm to be sort of automated to the point where I just like sit back in my armchair watching Netflix all day and the farm looks after itself, because that's not really what we're about. Right, so I think that is everything. It was, yeah, that's doing nicely. Yeah, we were doing that actually. We were distributing the manure and that. Yeah. So the other one should be the same too. No, that's not that one. It's above there. Yeah. We switched solid fertilizer. We were seeing, I think, to see if actually you could do all of them. I believe is what we're doing. We're going to buy some just to fill it. I think it's not going to cost a fortune. I mean, we could have put our own in, but what I mean is, it's not. Yeah, it's not breaking the bank. Right. So we've done that. We've done. Right, let's untag whatever it is I've tagged. This is remembering I've tagged somewhere over there. Untag bakery. Yeah, we probably did it last session. I know me. Right, so then we planted that. Did this need? No, it didn't need weeding. We looked. Yes, nice to see them actually growing. It is. Yeah, it is weird. I could see this bit of like where the leaves went in. I thought, well, we just ploughed it, so it should be all right. It's not doing anything bad. And you can see I didn't really miss very much. I quite enjoyed that actually. It was it'd go in the little way. It would show in teams at work, teams of 3 tractor drivers working together to do a massive field like that with the really very, very tiny, inexpensive equipment. It was absolutely fantastic. So then, corn, I believe, is what we should be doing. I think we should have probably set one of these tractors. Yeah, no, we need to be grabbing the grass off, which we said we would do. We've done the spraying. Is this the 8 or the 9? It's the 9. Didn't we? Actually, we can set this plough going. Try and look where the tines are, in that way. Yeah, so we were going to rip this field. I believe it was April or after, so I should have done this a long time ago. Probably should have been the first job I did. But yeah, as I said, I'm not rushing. I want each of the Let's Plays to finish, but I don't want this to be like a rush job. Yeah, we left room. did talk about this. Yeah, we want to change the entrance to be here. Yeah, rather than down the bottom. We may sort of do the flat sheet modding trick of basically sticking bushes across here so it looks like it's finished, because this one here is going to be a crop field and we're not really going to go through that, although I don't suppose it looks odd really. Let's do a second post. I did sort of figure out the best way to do this. Yeah, that was like that. Yeah, you sometimes forget. Right, so do we need to, I think we did plough. No, we didn't plough the separators. No, that's right. We need to do the 3 field separators. Right, so we do need this little beast, and we need to plough great fields. We need to tear the in between. I do apologise for that poor defenceless field of wheat that we are now going to reap. Yeah, this is a shame in a way, but it's going to screw around plans. So just sometimes I've got to do these things. So I believe we were talking about corn, whether that was for... Yeah, because obviously we'd got a plan in mind. What are we doing? Don't we need for the bakery? We haven't done any of that, have we? Yeah, we need to do oats. I'm sure one of these was oats that we were talking about. Have we bought the bakery? Oh, I think we were talking about actually buying one of Omatana's. Yeah, because we've not bought the Farmer Jebs, and no, we bought the Omatana, haven't we? The field. Let's have a look. No, it's not that one either. Or that one. It's the dairy, the bikers plant. It must be at the very bottom then, because we have definitely got it. It's the original dairy. Here with the farm factory. Yeah, so this one does do the flour. We've got oats going, but it's only little bits of flour going through, as we can see by what's in there. So the oats would be very useful to make the bread. Now the bread's making and also selling pig food, which is why we said this one was such a good one. Did we upgrade? Yeah, we did a little bit. I said I could probably afford it again, but I don't want to make it. Although it wouldn't be super powered, it's not super powered. We can also do oils. Were we talking about oils? I think we're talking about sunflower, weren't we? So I think this was sunflowers. Catching up with what I was saying. I'm sure this was sunflowers. But of course we have also got... It wouldn't be a bad thing really to just do a shed load of... well, I'm sure we mentioned corn. Sure we did. For seeds. Anyway, apologise. Not that hard, but it just doesn't fit with what we're doing. We also need to scan this as well. Yeah. Did we? No, I think even if we bought it, this is the separators, so they don't get scanned. I got this on another Let's Play, the same, where you can see, yeah, if you look at your data, which is that one. So taxi, well, we haven't done this at all, so this is the perfect time. But you can see that one, we didn't scan in the middle, we didn't scan in the middle there either. Mind you, that one's not ripped up yet, so that's not really surprising. Right, so we need to do the stone to grab the stones. Not that we need the lime, but it's more about so you put your good waste in. Set the plough going. Mind you, we don't need to. I can literally use that as like a cover crop. I have got that. Oh, I think it's only cultivating though. I think I mentioned that last time. I have got a mod on. It's all about cultivating. If you cultivate a crop in, it's classed as nitrogen. Obviously, it's a cultivating crop in. We're not cultivating, we're ploughing. So let's show you. So then, if we now grab, so what are we going to call this? We've already done the 170s. We could call it 180s, because if you average those, I'm sure that wouldn't be bad. Would be, so say 169, 168 on its own, 169 on its own. What do we call it? What do we call it? We call it the, yeah, if we just say 189, because it's that, yeah, it's not near the other 170s. We've got 170s there. So if we do that one, we'll call it the 180s. Is that, am I going to remember that? We call it the northwest field. That would actually do. Northwest. Okay, that will do me. So let's just create job and 10.5 meter. I think 3 at least. It's a big field now. So save course, activate 10.5 meters. Let's get this done. And first point, we're going to go grab the other one, and we're going to get cracking. We want the, yeah, that's another one to do the stone picker. Right, Staver. Oh no, you'll do nicely. You will indeed. Right, let's go past this. Yeah, it's probably going to make more sense. Let's do that there. Let's see. I'm trying to get my levels a bit better. I'm a terror for being way too far out. So we need to be grabbing the biggie, which is, I believe we've seen that in the farmyard. Or, no, it's on the edge of the field. I've just seen it over there. Just past it. So let's go grab that. And do we want the stone picker? Yeah, let's set this gun on the stone picker first. Yeah, I mean, so our little fields are now big fields, and most of them are really quite good. So plenty of seeds in that over there. So we are on the lookout for another header, preferably a 37. But if it was a 12, I could do a double 12 course. Yeah, people often say you can't do things like that, but actually you can. Right, so we're not wanting that. Ooh, can I get to it? I think it'll be better than it looks. Scan it. Right, I think we're probably going to get to time. That's because I would like to get some work done on this. It's not fair that we don't get any work done. So I am going to say my words. See guys and gals on another song. monster. I think that'll do nicely. It's, you know, done quite a few little bits and bobs. I think I'm going to stick to what I said. I would do corn. There wasn't been a reason I said corn, and I did say corn, whether it was for seeds or whatever. We've still got. It's a fairly decent sized. Did we say? Oh yeah, that's true. I think we've missed canola. No, we did say you could still do canola. No, we've done canola. You've got a massive seed of canola, the berry seed fields. So it was corn. We've done sunflowers. I'm sure we did say corn. We've done potatoes. Sugar, no, we've done sugar beet too. Yeah, that's the other one we wanted as well. So yeah, I think that's. I'm happy with that. So let's stick this away in the new shed. It's not so far to go. I think this is where we need my favourite shed wall as a drive-through straight ahead of us. We do. Yeah, this is going to be on the edge of this. You can still get past it, and it is deliberate. It is, because you drive through the bits that I'm going to use the most. Yeah, I'm not really doing this for the little bays for once. Not saying we won't use them, but yeah, I'm doing it for that too. So let's have a look. Here we go. I suppose. No, because I want the drive-through like that. I suppose if you could stick them like that is what I'm wanting to do this. But I think before we do that, I think we're going to do a little bit of. We're going to have the builders in again. Let's do a bit of a big. That is a point, you doing this, won't the shed actually, not if we use V mode it won't do any of that. I think I'll be alright. Sheds, oh, of course it's gone right back to the beginning, of course it has. A little bit further. V mode. Remember, last time I spoke about this, I actually said, yeah, we need to put V mode. And then I didn't put V mode on, so it destroyed. Yeah, so if anything, too, I think actually still the other way. If we're going to use the bays, it would be over that side. We want the harvesters in this as well. Smashing. So I did a bit of. Let's go. Let's not. Yeah, let's do this as we want it to be. It did actually work what you wanted. Did it? Because it's flat. It really is. So let's do. So, yeah, let's make this a little bit more. Yeah, a bit bigger as well. It's a. Yes, there is the new edge mod. But I haven't mastered it yet. I did try it very early on. I think it's one of those I need to practice a bit because I'm not doing what it says you should do. So I'm thinking I know how to use it and I'm not. And it's one of those where the way you think you should use it isn't the way you should use it. It's something about right. So that's good. This, like the harvesters, is going to go straight through and. Do this way, it doesn't matter. We will be having it out tomorrow. Let's just grab the harvester out and stick that under here too, and we'll stick the other one straight behind. I think it's long enough. If not, we'll stick two together. Oh, and I did start this and then I switched off thinking I'm not going to need the harvester this time. And I do. Beautiful. See, this is what I'm saying about this shed. It is fantastic. It's yeah, it's actually much larger than you think. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Grab the. Isn't this the new one? So, what's the old one down at the shop then? What have I done? No, it's a 750. No, this is it. Right, last job. We're doing it now because we want a header. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we get. got the header trader too. We'll repair it on camera, and then I think that's where we'll leave it. So yeah, next month we're going to go through, and yeah, we're going to lease. I did say, and I'm going to stick to what I said on my live. Yes, we think we did everything else. So there we go, down to 512,405. We have this very session. I think we should have done, yeah. So we've got sugar beets, potatoes, and we have sunflowers and canola for the oil side of the business. This we're going to rip up in two corners. We said this central field is the hub. There's a bit of a path down there, so we're not going to block that off. Might do a little bit. It's a bit tight, so I might do a little tiny bit more of the path, make it slightly wider because it really is not terribly wide. And then we're going to rip that up after doing the grass tomorrow. Yeah, we've got the L, the TARDIS L. I can't remember how big it was, 125 or something like that. I mean, yeah, apart from my mistake on Calmsden, where I did accidentally buy a 200 tonner, legitimately, where I bought it new, which I'm going to sell it next session. I was trying to figure out what I'd done, and I couldn't. I thought, did I buy it in sales? And it says it was 1 month old. And I thought, well, I can't have bought it in sales then. It was a mistake. It was, yeah. It's sold next session, definitely. But that is us done. We have been quite busy. We've swapped the bees out. We have been busy. Did you like that? Yeah, we've been busy. And I think the chickens, I think all the animals are good, I think. Yeah, they're good enough. I think we did say that last session, actually. These are, where are they full now? Can't remember. No, there's 1,000. 2, 4, 6, 8. Ooh. 1,000. Wow, they did grow. They do, though, don't they? Yeah, so, well, they've just been birthed. No, they're 14 months old. They've just given birth to the last set, then, obviously. They're pubescent, nearly out of puberty. They're just a little bit in puberty. They're adults, 6 months old, and they are just going into puberty, which means they're just coming out being babies. So, yeah, another couple of months, and to be honest, they're all going to be adult birds. And I would imagine our eggs are going to do very well. Have we got... I can't remember, did we do an egg distribute? I don't know that there is the one. It vaguely rings a bell. Does it? Yeah, I think it does. I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure it is. There is an egg distributor. I'm sure there is. I'm sure that's a Nicky as well. Or do we stick them into the... I don't think so. I remember doing the... Yeah, there's the milk and there's the honey. And there is... the eggs. I thought it was. Yeah. So they're distributing to wherever they need to go to too. Yeah, I think I'm going to be removing this mod because it's... Ever since I put it in, I've had absolutely a nightmare with anything. The distributor I've used a lot. It's not... It's a little bit fitty style, but nothing like with this. And we just saw earlier that I shouldn't be able to put anything in the storage. It's like it's saying it's putting it in there. It is sort of working. It's almost like the game thinks the water is going in, which is the way that the Omatana used to work. And then I'm sure Giants fixed it and it now works properly. So this should technically work, but it isn't working properly. Yeah, really. Although it says it is, it's not distributing properly. Although it's sort of working, it's hard to sort of say. Right, smashing. So, but that's where we're going to leave it, definitely. So, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you can stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.